The man secretly switched his mistress's dead baby with his wife's newborn son, then he loudly called for help, saying the baby wasn't breathing. The woman didn't understand why her son had died. Unbeknownst to her, the whole thing had been carefully plotted by her husband. At the man's urging, they held a funeral for the baby the next day. The man put on an act of deep grief, promising his wife that whether or not they had children in the future, she would always be the love of his life. Eager to bury the child, the man hurried the funeral along, because he planned to give the venue originally reserved for their son's 100-day banquet to his mistress instead. As the daughter of the richest man in the area, the woman had spent $100 million to reserve the venue for her son's 100-day banquet. She never imagined she would no longer need the hall. When she came to the banquet hall to remember her son, she happened upon the mistress holding a baby there for a 100-day celebration. The woman assumed the mistress had come to the wrong place, and insisted this hall was for her son's 100-day banquet. Her words were met with ridicule from the crowd, who said her son was dead and no longer needed a 100-day party. The mistress then brought the baby to the woman and flaunted him. The woman recognized that the baby looked strikingly similar to her son, and loudly demanded to know why her son was with the mistress. The mistress grew furious upon hearing this. The woman grew more and more suspicious, considering how eager her husband had been to bury the child, and that the mistress just happened to be holding a 100-day banquet in the hall she had booked, and that the baby resembled her son so closely. She suspected the two babies had been switched. She immediately instructed her assistant to investigate. Suddenly she noticed the necklace on the mistress's neck was identical to one her husband had given her. Not long before, she had received a charge for $5,009.90 from her husband. Although she had been puzzled by the extra $9.90 at the time, she hadn't thought much of it. Only now did she realize that the $9.90 charge had been for a fake necklace her husband had bought for her, while the necklace the mistress wore was the genuine $5 million piece. Enraged, the woman ripped the necklace off the mistress's neck, declaring that the mistress didn't deserve to wear her jewelry. The mistress immediately called the man for help, claiming that a woman at the banquet had bullied her and was trying to steal their child. The man flew into a rage upon hearing this and ordered the driver to rush to the banquet hall. He planned to teach the woman who had bullied his mistress a lesson. Emboldened, the mistress and her close friends smashed up the banquet table and dishes. Little did they know how soon they would pay for it. The mistress then gave the woman $200,000 to buy offerings for her dead son's memorial. The woman scoffed that the money wouldn't even buy a single bottle of the liquor there. The mistress thought the woman was exaggerating, and said they had only broken a few bottles, so $200,000 would be enough compensation. But the hotel manager informed them that those bottles were special issue 1957 vintages. The mistress's friend checked online and found that a single bottle from 1957 could cost $2 million each. Only then did they realize they might be in serious trouble. The manager produced the bill for 20 bottles. The mistress remained unfazed and pulled out the man's unlimited black credit card. The woman recognized it as the supplementary card she had given her husband, confirming the mistress's true identity. She ordered her assistant to freeze every supplementary card linked to her husband. From that moment on, that card could not be charged another penny. The mistress called the man again, but by then he had already arrived at the hotel.